Good. Let's have a look at this problem that is in front of me over here. We're going to start with drawing the base. Then we're going to draw this little circle on top of it. After which we're going to draw the cup over here. And then the lid, if you like, this top piece over there. Then we're going to draw the two ribs. I haven't showed you how to use the rib tool yet. So what we're going to do is, in this example, just going to extrude them normally, those two ribs. Then we're going to probably draw that circle in the middle, cut through the entire thing, do this cut, and then very finally we're going to do the fillets. That'll be the last thing we do on this drawing. Let us get going. I did start here. I think the easiest way to start this drawing is to start actually with a PCD. And we're going to draw the circle, but we're making it for construction. And I know this seems sort of counterintuitive, but you're going to see now why we've done it this way. We know that this is 145 times 2, okay, because we can see that 290, that's quite big. Okay, we can see that from the drawing, because we know the distance from here to one of the circles is 145. So what we're going to do now is we're going to draw our 4 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to make them all equal. Okay, and this is the small circle, by the way. 24 is its diameter. Now we're going to draw a bigger circle around that, which will be 76. And again, I'm going to make these 4 circles equal. That just helps us not to have to put in 4 sets of dimensions. That's the only reason I do this. Equal, and diameter is 76. And you're going to see now why I've done it this way. Now what we're going to do is we're going to draw 4 tangent lines to each one of these circles. 1, well, let's just draw. We can make them tangent just now. Tangent. Okay, try and use automatic relations if you can. Sometimes it doesn't quite add the relation you want. Let's check there. I believe that all are tangent. Fantastic. Good. Now we're going to trim away the bits we don't want. Okay, I know this doesn't seem like a very clear way to go about this, but unfortunately the way the question is structured, this is the way we're going to have to draw this. Okay, but it really wouldn't matter how you drew this thing as long as you got to the answer. Now we're going to extrude this by a mean 40 millimeters. Extrude 40, and there we have it. Now select the surface, sketch. We're going to draw that little piece in the middle, normal 2, and we're going to draw the circle. Okay, the circle has a diameter of 100. Features, extrude, and we extrude it with a height of 35. Actually, I think it's 32. 32. Alright, so we've got the base and we've got this on top of it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to draw the big circle, which has a diameter of 240. So we select that, sketch, let's go normal 2, and we're going to draw a circle of 240. Okay, and we're going to extrude it by, and just give me a second while I look at the drawing over here. $20 millimeters. Features, extrude 20. Fair enough. Alright, now we can draw on here again, sketch, normal 2, Okay, and we're going to draw 2 circles because we want it to be like a cup. 1, 2. Okay, you could have used convert entities if you want to. We'll talk about that a bit later again. And this one becomes 200. Right, features, extrude. And we're going to extrude this with a height of 200. I suppose you could also use the shell function if you wanted to. Actually, I'm not too sure about that. You most probably could. Well, nevertheless, we're drawing it this way. Okay, now the next step that we're going to take is, let me just see what we are going to draw that lid on top of this sketch. Let's draw that sketch, normal 2. Okay, big diameter, and it has a little hole in the middle. Let's have a look at the size of that. Okay, we don't know the diameter of the hole, so I'm going to make it 100. And let's make this 350. Okay, so now we extrude features, extrude, and it's going to be 20. Good. Now we're going to draw that rib, and what we need to do is we need to sketch those ribs. Let's put this in isometric quickly. We need to sketch those ribs against here and against this body. So what we need is actually need a plane running through the middle here. So let's check, and voila! Would you look at that? We have a plane. So we select that plane, we select a sketch on it, and we draw a triangle from here to there. Okay, you wouldn't normally do this. I'm just doing this because I haven't showed you how the rib function works yet. But sometimes this is an easier option. Alright, we know that the height is 147 of these ribs. Alright, it's just important also to note here that these, let's leave this here for now. But you will notice that if we extrude this, it's not going to be touching the circle all the way, which is that's not too bad. That's not too bad. It's not going to look great. But normally, like I said before, we would use the rib function. This is 12, and we want this to be mid-plane. So over here, we're going to say mid-plane. Mid-plane means that it goes symmetrically about the line you just drew. So 6 millimeters one way, 6 millimeters the other way in this case. So mid-plane, and we end up having a bit of an issue here. So what we're going to do is, what it's saying is it results in zero thickness geometry. So I'm going to remove this relation, and I'm going to move this line inside a little bit, just slightly. Okay. This is not really, it's just a good way to solve this one. But normally we wouldn't solve things like this because we would be using the rib tool. Okay, and I'm going to use the same on this side. So basically what that error was saying is that if we extrude this, it would end up having a gap between the two items, which means they wouldn't be able to merge. And we want them to merge. So features, extrude, again mid-plane, make it 12, and there we go. Okay, this time it worked because it's able to merge those two surfaces together. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut that big hole that goes through the whole thing right through. And the dimensions of the hole are 160 by 166. So I'm going to select the front plane, sketch, normal to, and I'm going to draw that big square. Okay, and it's 166 by 160. Right. It is 100 from the bottom, from here. And I assume it's in the center. So let's draw a center line right up here. Okay, and we'll make it symmetrical. This line, the center line, that line, symmetric. Okay, now features, extrude cut, through all, direction 2, also through all, because the plane is sitting in the middle and we want this thing to cut, well, through all. Okay, so there we have the basic thing. Let's quickly draw that circle in the middle. In fact, it's a cut, it goes through all. So we're not going to draw this inside circle right now. Dimensions of the circle are 100, I believe. Okay, and we extrude it by 20 millimeters. Now we draw on the surface again. Draw this little circle, and we're going to cut it through all. So select that, draw that circle, select it, and its diameter, I don't think we know it. Let's see how 20 looks. No, let's make it 30. Okay, features, extrude cut through all. Good. The last step that we're going to do over here is we're going to do the fillets. So I'm going to use the fillet tool, and it's a constant radius fillet, and I'm going to start with the fillet under here. Select that edge, select this edge, okay, and these have a radius of 16. Okay, so that is filleted now. Okay, now the rest of these fillets are between 20 and let's make them all 20. Some of them are 22, but I don't see why I did it that way. Not the face. Oops, let's clear the selections. Okay, and you can use tangent propagation if you wish. I'm just going to do it like so. This edge needs to be filleted. This top edge needs to be filleted inside here. This inside edge needs to be filleted. This needs to be filleted. Okay, if this happens, it means that it can't solve. If the PV goes away, it means it can't solve for the current situation. So I'll do that one in a separate step. And I believe that will be all the fillets I need for now. Okay, and let's do that one quickly, the inside one, fillet. Don't think 20 is going to work. Oh, it does. And I think that is our drawing. Double check. I do see here that I put a fillet on this edge over there. We don't need a fillet there, so let's just edit the feature. No, not that one. It's the next fillet. Edit feature. We don't want this edge or this edge. I saw on my drawing that didn't include those. Okay, remember you can go back and edit these features at any stage. And I think that's it. There we go.